Welcome back to Alternative Reality Gaming. I'm your host Lenny, and if you're lucky, one of my furry co-hosts will join us today. Your stream will begin shortly. Enjoy. Alrighty, I am back. We're going to be playing some more Euro Truck Simulator 2 again. Carrying on with the Grand Utopia series, but we're going to be calling it the Grand Utopian Expansion as the company expands into the rest of Europe, and that's why we are now on the ETS2 map. Just to kind of give you an idea of what I've seen, like how much of the map I've done and stuff like that, and how much more there is to go. We have 11.67% explored so far, mostly up in the north here. Um, but yeah, so we've got a lot to do and a lot to explore. And so far, I have 3 trucks, 2 employees, and a lot of debt, about $150,000 in debt to be exact. And then I have 61,000 currently, and just kind of working my way up to pay it all off because you have to pay it in one big lump sum. So let's grab a job here. See what we can find around like a 12-hour length with no ferry trips. It's usually what I look for in a job. So we got this one here going down the coast. It's all zigzaggy and stuff. Uh, that city's gonna make for a nightmare of a trip, but uh, let's try to ignore that and see if we can find something else now. I really don't want to do these Valentine's Day ones, to be honest. I don't. It's kind of dumb. I'd like these uh, more specialized loads, I guess, is a better way to put it. And I'm already below 3 euros a kilometer, which sucks. So let me see what's in the regular freight market for this area. This one's quite long. I don't know. It would be just over an hour. I might be able to squeeze this fucker in. You know what? Let's go for it. We'll haul trucks again. But I do have to pick it up. It's paying. Ooh, it's paying 420. That's awesome. Perfect. How can you go wrong with that? So let's hop on into the cab. Oh yeah, this is my new paint job that I made. The top's a little weird because of the sunroof, but it does its thing. It's not as entertaining as my. Oh, actually, I don't think I've ever showed all my skins. There's a couple that are kind of lewd. They got titties and stuff. Let's see. Is there a reason that it didn't grab the job? I thought I clicked it, yeah? Yeah, alright, set GPS. Is there no GPS out of here? Like, what am I missing? Or is it out of right where I'm at? Like, I don't even gotta leave. Perfect. Hell yeah. This is my kind of job. It's actually, like, working for me right now. So let's, back up and find this. Apparently the dog is still annoying, even though I took him outside and ran him around, but he's a puppy, and they don't run out of energy. So. Plus, we are actually kind of getting closer towards. Maybe I should spell it. I think they're starting to understand English. DINNER time. Yeah. So after this load, that's what's next on the agenda. And somehow they can tell time and they understand English, so it's gonna get rowdy here. Alright, so we got all hooked up. Get the legs up on this. I also like that the trailers match the truck, kinda ish enough, more than one of those things over there. Alrighty, so the GPS is an hour and 20 minutes. Holy sheepballs. So we gotta make this count. Get some music on. I have no idea what the music is. If it's something horrible, I'm sorry. I mean, I guess I have that, but I don't know who Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers are. I don't actually like pick my music. I just made a extremely random playlist. What the hell? I'm in a tall ass semi truck and the lights are taller than me. Like, who the fuck is looking that high? All the cars need to be convertibles to see the streetlights in this town? Like, what the hell? What is that one? Hold on. I do have a sunroof. You stay red for a second so I can see this one. God, it is so stupid. And then they put the yield sign even fucking higher. Holy shit. Man, now that's a fire truck right there. Laura. The heck? Oh, so I finally looked into what all the little symbols mean. Now they said that it's not like 100% for every language, but they said for the most part, when it's the two little dots above the letter, it means that the letter is just supposed to be said as normal. So like if it's an E, it's actually just said like E. So like it is a pronunciation thing. And then they said the same thing with the apostrophe things, but those are usually like on words that end in ed. Like they use it as a hyphenage almost, but then they still do the saying it like an e. And I guess a lot of the languages will actually use it to shorten words because you can kind of talk with the sound instead of the correct spelling, which definitely explains why a lot of words change, like between American English and like UK English. You know, I don't think UK is doing it as much as the other ones, but let's see if we can find some words with the little accent thingies above it. Yep, none of those. Those are the ones that had the weird Russian letters. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a triangle in one of those words. we're gonna try and do a little over the speed limit. I'm still doing regular miles, not race miles. So I'm not allowed to go over 90 kilometers. But at the same time, I'm not going to be doing the exact speed limit. We'll treat this a little bit more like, like real life. Oh, that's awesome. That river's got a little waterfall and stuff. It was pretty. I think the sound was in the game. I don't know. It kind of sounded like one of the dogs growling, but I think it was in the game. All you guys are going through this one. I'm going through this one. I don't trust all these other gates to go up correctly. This Lexus CH200 in front of us? The little wagon Lexus hybrid thing. How do you do it with a Z? Are they actually saying, well, they don't pronounce it with a Z anyways. It's usually like Z and stuff for like a lot of other countries. But like the C would be a C instead of like a K or anything like that. They also said there's no like exact science to it, because I guess because of how many languages all try to make it into English, and there is not always a direct translation. Come on over, bud. No? Okay. I was gonna let you in. You take too long. It's at Christmas. Making sure the mic was on, and then I will hit the guardrail, but I didn't. Maybe it's not the Lexus. That looks more like a Beamer. What's the front end look like? Oh, I can't see it. You jerk. Show me your booties. I mean your front, your boobies. What the hell? That's like a Kia or something. Let me in. I'm cutting you off. Wow, how do people drive outside the trucks? It's actually harder. You can't see half of what's going on because you're a million miles away from the truck. I mean, I guess the same can be said here. You can't see half of what's going on because half of it's blocked by the truck. Cha-ching, cheddar. Excuse me, Mr. Kia wagon thing. What are you? Are you a Kia Forte wagon? Got 3/4 of a tank of fuel. It says we still got an hour and 11 minutes. And It is 5:07, so we are already behind deadline. Excuse me, sir. Stop fingering your pussy and press on the gas. Robin? Who you robbing? Rabbit? I don't know. That was a weird word on the side of the truck. Didn't really make sense in any pronunciation. "60 through the tunnel." I mean, I don't wanna, but if I have to... Oh, there's no passing here. I'm not gonna... I gotta be a little careful because of stuff like that. I would have been Tesla'd. What? Looking at the map, it kind of looked like a roundabout and just cut through the center. But it's not. It's just a bunch of on-ramps that happen to lay out right. Wow, this doesn't actually sound like Fall Out Boy. This sounds like, I mean, I guess now it kind of does if I sit there and really think about it, but it sounds better than most Fall Out Boy I've heard. No, I'm not going to be doing 90 and like 50 zones. I'm trying to actually still be somewhat realistic, but like on the highways and stuff, that is actually still realistic to speed on the highways. Just not much. So pretty. Ooh, crap. I was hugging their side of the lane a little much. Dobosh with a heart thingy. And then the Russian equivalent, it looks like. That's probably the other language I should look into a little bit, just to kind of see. Oh shit! What the hell? Under construction? But just to see if there's any little tricks with like the triangles and crap, because it seems like with like words for directions or town names and stuff, they only seem to use like, wow, crap, like 10 or 15 different letters. It doesn't look like it's too many, but I could be wrong. It looks like a weird house-shaped thing and a triangle and like a J and a backwards B, which would I guess be a D, but it's shaped funny. Fur cam. And then after this run, I'll probably be off until later on tonight after dinner and stuff. Hopefully it lets me through since I didn't go over to the truck area. Alicia? I don't have a thing to click. I should have just followed right up on that guy. Excuse me? Hello? Fred? Let me through. Alright, so can I teleport? Because if it's World of Trucks, I can't. Just get to the other side of the gate. There we go. I gotta start remembering to actually go all the way over with all the truck people, because I know it's always all the way over. I just see the auto toll things and I always jump into them. Since those trucks go to the right. Music. I don't mind funk as long as it's not like this where it sounds like the speakers are blown. There's almost no accents. I really haven't been looking too much. There we go, we gotta get off. Oh shit. I managed to not crash into it, but I was definitely sliding really bad. Rain sneaking up on me. Velociraptors. Roar. The one dog really does sound like your dinosaur. I don't know why she's so vocal. Well, I kind of know why she's so vocal, but I just don't really get why any dogs are really vocal. But she got it from a husky when she was kenneled at one of the hospitals when she was sick when she was younger. So now she like howls and talks like a husky, and then anytime she's playing, she's super vocal and just sounds super vicious, but yet most of the time she's not even actually like doing anything. She is definitely the epitome of a couch hippo. A land seal. Or a sofa seal. That is actually kind of trippy. I'm using my left leg on top of my right leg to hold it down, just to make it easier to hold the pedal down. Oh wow. But believe it or not, it's actually hard to hold these pedals down after a while when you're driving for this long. And as I was doing it, I was just kind of like shaking my leg like a normal ADHD kid does. And it's like shaking the whole sim rig, but then mixed with the vibration from the bass shakers, it started to actually make it feel like it was rolling around. I started to get worried there for a minute. I actually kind of want to redo my sim rig, and I want to figure out a way to make it that the sim rig sits normal, like a car, and then I want it to have like hinged parts that can kind of lock into place, but then make it that the pedal assembly can come up so then it sits more like an F1, and you just kind of tilt the seat and done. And then I want it to be able to lay back flat, like pedal wise, but then actually have the seat raise up and come forward so that and lock into place so that it sits more like a truck where you're like on top of the pedals. So it'd be like a transforming sim rig to be able to do all three between F1, regular cars, and trucking, and have all of them actually be in the correct seated positions and stuff. But I don't know. It would be crazy to do. It really would. Would it be doable? Sure. The question is, how cumbersome would it be? Because, like, can it be done simply? Maybe? Like, I was kind of looking at a lot of the, So, like, I have a frame from an old mechanical couch, like, it has two lazy boys built into it type deal, and I already threw away all the foam and stuffing and all that shit, and just have the metal framing left. and it has the like metal accordion pieces for the footrests that swing out and all that kind of stuff. And I just feel like that kind of an assembly to be able to move the pedal assembly either out or back and even possibly like swing up. I think, and it's already designed like a to hold your legs and kick around on, and it might be have to be beefed up and stuff, but I think that would suffice for that portion. It's the seat portion, and even that one kind of along the same lines. If you had it that they were attached to kind of like some beams from the center platform that go back towards the frame that the seat's sitting on, that would give you the ability to tilt as needed, and you could like latch into that to change the seat's angle, but then actually like lift up the seat and stand it up on its legs and lock it into position there, and then you'd have your pedestal that it's standing on to be more like a truck seat. Like I don't know, maybe tonight when I'm just bored out of my mind or something, messing with drawings or whatnot, I'll see if I can essentially draw out three versions of it, so it would show all the different transformations. And if I can make it work, I have a welder and all the tools and all that kind of stuff, so like I can actually make it. I think that would be really cool, and it would be nice to get rid of the wood rig that I've been on for years at this point. But I think it would really be awesome to actually, like trucks, you sit, yeah, you sit way higher than the pedals, and you're like a normal chair almost, like a kitchen chair. So your legs are straight down to the pedals. I mean, you can see how these are actual. I'm struggling to look down, but they're actually raised like a good 2 or 3 feet up. Probably about 2 feet from the ground if I had to guess. So then that would mean that the bars that lift the seat into the seated position would have to be 2 feet minus the length of the bottom of the seat. So if the seat's 6 inches thick, then you would only need it to be 1 foot 6 inches for the tilt legs. Then you'd have your 2 foot. And by doing it that way, when it's fully extended, it would be at its 6-inch height, which would actually work for normal cars and F1. Hard part would be getting those to tilt up to get into the F1. Where does it want me to go? I wasn't watching. I think it's a choose it kind of thing. They're both open, I think. I should have been watching the guy in front of me, but I'm not playing follow the leader very well. And yeah, I've been talking about weird garage projects a lot lately because summer's coming around and I'm still kind of in denial that I'm disabled, and I try to stay doing things even though I really don't. Most of the time, I either don't do them or they become unfinished projects that sit forever. Like, I don't know that I'll ever do the dog one, just because it's going to involve a lot of strenuous activities on my ends once it's done, as to where the transforming sim rig, that one I think I can do and then just relax and enjoy afterwards. So like that one, I'd say it's probably like a 25% chance that I'll do it. I don't know, it depends how I feel. Lately I've been feeling really shitty and just can't seem to get out of it. I was hoping that as the weather gets warmer, being able to actually do stuff might change that. And by stuff, I just mean like I have a basement that's completely full from like end to end of Toyota MR2 parts. And it needs to be cleaned and gone through, and I need to set up some like pieces for sale on eBay and junk to. I've been trying to thin that down some for years now at this point. I just have so much that like if I ever have to move, I'm gonna have to rent a semi-truck to to get it all to the new place. It's that much. And then just the basement. Still have the garage that has the overflow of stuff that I was messing with, and what, the two MR2s and the Celica. I got plenty of space in the garage though, luckily it's like a 9-car garage. So there's plenty of room for unfinished projects. I think the big change that I'm gonna try that I've really never tried. I tried it once before, but I was also attempting to be more active simultaneously, which was a really bad idea. But basically try to get to the point where it hurts really bad and not stop. Because usually I get to a point where it hurts too bad, and then I come in here and I start playing games and I try to relax and chill it out, and I don't know, I kind of think that I need to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and either I'm gonna break or something's gonna break. I don't know. I'm just tired of being trapped in the house. Hell, last year I bought my fishing license and never even went fishing. it'd be a little bit more upsetting, except at least then I know the $15 goes into um, funding nature stuff, like all the policing and stuff required just to make sure that people aren't abusing the processes. Um, Shit, I guess supposed to go through there. I think I caught it in time. Whew. I made it. I mean, even like the last couple of days, I've been pushing it, and that's kind of why I'm getting as bad as I am. Usually I'd get to the point where I'm at, and I would just start sleeping a lot because it hurts so much. So now I'm trying to just actively play through it as much as I can, and you guys are definitely gonna experience a lot more stuttering and just me struggling. So even just struggling to think, there's gonna be a lot of dumb shit. Don't worry. Looks like we still got 40 minutes left. And it is 5:34, so am I ahead of schedule or behind schedule? Let's see. 30 minutes would be 6:35 or 6 o'clock, 6:05. God dang it. And then give it another 10 minutes, so 6:15. We haven't gained or lost any time. It doesn't seem like. No. I think we gained 5 minutes. Like we're ahead of schedule a little bit. But this isn't helping. Got all this construction and all the traffic is all bunched up, but at least we're doing close to the speed limit. Probably gonna lose that 5 minutes that I gained us. Scusi. Mi scusi. Mi scusi. Why is everyone driving all weird through here? Oh, because of the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, or kilometer per hour. '80's the new speed. Come on, get up there. Whoa there, Nelly. Good thing I didn't get into that lane like I was gonna. Imagine be ripping up to speed and having a semi-truck that's actually keeping up with you, just screaming behind you. I mean, it'd be cool as shit, but actually kind of terrifying at the same time. Especially if it had a big green goblin face. My buddy's actually got that truck for ATS, I believe. He said it's really old and outdated and like looks like shit, but he has it nonetheless. The hell noise was that? Did you hear it? It was like a weird little click. I really didn't want to slow down, but I did just because I was afraid that car wasn't going to let me in. So I think all trucks were supposed to go that way, and I didn't. So we're gonna go and we're gonna follow. Wait, there's no gate here. We're going through. Sounded like we still paid, so. Other than not being on the right pathway with the rest of the trucks, everything went fine. Nothing to see here. Munchin. So wait, then if it's a U and it's got little thingies above it, shouldn't it be like München? There's probably like an EU and they just put that little thingy with the dots and it's like München. That's how they made it sound, at least from what I was reading. Maybe I should have watched a video to have somebody that can actually like enunciate the things better, and then I know. I'll look into that again later. Tracks are actually kind of tall. I'm shocked they don't like hit the top of the tunnel or anything, or the edges of the tunnel. And actually, if this is going to be an hour-long video, then I should actually probably be cutting it right about now. So, everybody that's in the stream, hold on tight, and everybody in YouTube land until next time. Peace. If you liked today's episode, please consider leaving a like and subscribing as it goes a long way to helping the channel to grow. Thank you.